All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Today is February 5th, Wednesday. It's at 8 o'clock. I'm a little bit later than usual. I was enjoying my coffee upstairs this morning for a little while. All right, let's get into the markets. Welcome to another session of Markets with Morning Joe. I am your host, Joe, and this is my Morning Joe. And hopefully you're enjoying a cup of coffee as well. All right, let's talk about the markets. I've got Google up here. Google had earnings last night, uh, post market, and as you can see, they sold off. All right, so yesterday Google was pushing up higher into the close. It closed at 206. So it's had a nice strong consolidation here for the last couple of weeks at least, probably a few weeks, maybe more than that even. But anyhow, it's selling off. You know, I don't know why. Really, it wasn't that bad, but no big deal. Whatever. It wasn't what the markets wanted to hear. It's back down into some very good solid support. It's trading at this pivot high right here, back from July, and it's at the bottom of my trend line. All right, so it's at the bottom of this consolidation on a daily basis. So that's good. Now, I would view this as a buying opportunity, to be honest. That's my opinion, not financial advice, but I don't think I don't think Google's going much lower. Um, it's if it goes any lower today, just from some selling pressure and whatnot, I don't think. Let me change this. I don't think we'll see Google probably any lower than 188. I mean, it would take a lot of pressure to get down to less than that. But as you can see, if it's getting close to that 50-day moving average right there. If it does come down that far, 186, maybe it comes down to this green bar low right here at 185. But yeah, I don't think it's going to go much further. I mean, if it comes down to the low 180s, man, you better freaking buy that. But anyhow, this thing's going to get traded big time at the market open, so I'll definitely be watching that. But long term, I think that's a great buy. I mean, this chart, obviously, like all the mega caps, they're all bullish. I mean, this thing's eventually going to go up to 220, 230. Not anytime soon. Who knows? Could be. You never know. The way things go with these tech stocks, could go lower before it goes higher. So that's Meta. Um, let's talk about AMD. AMD had earnings last night too. I have been preaching that this frickin' stock is going to go down below 110 for the longest time ever. Ever since here, really. March 4th, back in March, this put in a huge topping tail on a weekly basis. Okay. Well, I would say really I didn't start predicting it until sometime in the summer, right? Because it took a while to come down to the 144 level, all right, and then it consolidated up a little bit and then dropped back down. So basically, if you measure from the top of this right here, top of that wick, 227. Well, let's see, what was the high? Actual, yeah, 227. Down to the bottom of this red bar low right here on April 15th, 145. 145. What was this again? 227. Yeah, so 145. So that's, pardon me while I do my math, 55, 60, 80, about $80, right? Something like that, $80. Then you go up to this next pivot high right here, 187. All right, so if you take at least $80 off of that, because I'm pretty sure my math wasn't 100% accurate, $80 off of that, that brings you down. Look at that, 107. Bingo, bada bing, bada boom. How's that for measured moves? Finally. Well, look how long it took to get here. You know, I mean, ever since it sold off the week of March last year, it's now been what, freaking 9 months or so, 10 months. to come back down to. I mean, look how fast. Look how pretty quick this move up was. The whole AI craze, with Nvidia and everything, and look how long it took to come back down. But realistically, this is where it should be. This is definitely where this is. I would say, depending on how the next few months go, I would say this is not a bad, opportunity to get into AMD. Again, not financial advice. Based on the chart, based on the technicals. I would rather own it here at $100 and something than fucking 150 or 160 or 200, But I mean, on a monthly basis, it's right into that 50-day moving average. So I would say there's some decent support here. It could go lower. Who knows? We'll see what happens with the rest of the semiconductors over the next few months. Nvidia's got earnings coming out in a few weeks. We'll see how that goes. Anything. I mean, if Nvidia sells off, all bets are off on the semis. I mean, this thing could surprise everybody and come back down to $100 or less. I mean, look at it back in August. So let's see. Let's talk about the spiders. Yesterday, the spiders was kind of a non-event. Yesterday was kind of a boring day. It just kind of went sideways all day long. It was, come here, come on, let's go. I don't know why I have so much lag. What happened to my chart? Hello? Good Lord. The fuck? Where'd my chart go? There we go. All right. All right, so that's the hourly. Kind of wanted the 10-minute. Let's go to the 10-minute. Yeah, so basically yesterday, February 4th, February 4th. Where'd it go? Right here. All right, so pretty much went up a little bit start of the day, consolidated sideways, and it came back down, and it just had this long, freaking boring upwards move. It took forever. It tagged 602, and then it pretty much sold off a little bit at the end of the day. And as you can see now, it's down to 599. It's into some good support. I think people are going to come in and buy this dip. All right. I don't think it's going to go any lower. There's no crazy news. Who knows? Anything can happen, right? But I don't suspect this is going to go lower. If it does, let's go to a bigger chart here. If it comes into well, maybe it could come back and test this 595, possibly, most likely, unlikely. 597, but I think we'll probably. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the spiders come back, make a rally, and break through this little bit of resistance right here, the 50-day. It's been consolidating right above it. And honestly, if you take on an hourly chart, if you take the bottom of this candle right here, 590, and you come up to the top of, let me get right here, let's just call it 599, $9, and then come back to the next pivot low, which is 596. Add $9 onto that, and you get 60. What's that? Yeah, 605, 604 ish. So I think we could see it, trade a little bit higher today. $9 plus. Good Lord, I am terrible at math. I used to be good in the second grade. I remember winning a math competition in the second grade. The hell, I think that was the peak of my mathematical, skill level. I should probably go back and practice some. Definitely, I need to practice subtraction because I suck. I can't even forget about subtraction. Never mind adding. All right. Anyways, so let's see what else is going on. Let's talk about gold. Gold, baby, gold. Look at gold. Woo, gold is on fire. Gold is on fire. It's coming to that 29. It's going for that. Look at that. Wow. Man, this thing is moving. Hallelujah. All right, dollar's dropping. But for how long? We don't know. You know, it put in this huge topping tail a couple of days ago, and I mean, it's into support. It's a, you know, it traded back down to 107 earlier, about a week or so ago, and now it's coming back into retesting that. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, does it consolidate here and then come back down? Does it continue lower? It all depends on what happens, I guess, with all this tariff talk. 10-year yield is dropping a little bit, so that's good for stocks for the most part. That's kind of helping the metals and the miners. You know, SLV is up a little bit. Where's the pre-market chart? It's up to, yesterday it traded up to 29.48 or so, 29.50 kind of, and as you can see, it's gapping up right now in the morning. Does it hold or does it sell off? At the opening. I think would not be surprised to see the silver miners come back up to the $30 level. I would like that very much, and I would like it to go much further. Uranium, oil is getting hammered. I mean, it actually it went down pretty low yesterday, it dropped pretty low, and then it it bounced. You know, it had a nice move, and then it sold off again. So we'll see. I mean, it's into some really good support right here, but we'll see what happens. I mean, if it continues to consolidate here, we could see it eventually go lower. I mean, eventually, I think oil is definitely going lower, but it's, you know, most likely it's going to have a nice bounce at some point. And let's see, UNG sold off a little bit. I was down. Oh, there you go. See, it's down a little bit below 17 bucks. All right. Well, Q's. We got a couple more. I think Amazon has earnings tomorrow. Q's, just like the spiders, are into some good support. It's been choppy. It's definitely been choppy these past couple of weeks. You know, Trump definitely knows how to rile things up, but I would say all this choppiness, it's just, you know, the volatility, it hasn't broken below this trend line. I mean, it did, you know, a little bit basically, you know, early January, but it's been consolidating here. So I would not be surprised to see these markets on a weekly basis. The spiders are looking solid, you know, so I don't think, I mean, it's going to take a major event to get the spiders to come back down into the 575 region or lower. But I like this here. This is some nice consolidation. We're set to go up, you know, into the 620s. You know, it could be, I could be wrong, could go lower before it goes higher, but that's it. Bitcoin, real quick, and I'll cut it off here. Bitcoin's kind of been doing sideways chop for really the last week. I called this, guys. I told you guys last week. What did I tell you? For the last 2 weeks, ever since I started making these videos, I told you. What did I tell you? How many times? How many times I got to tell you? All right, back to the markets. All right, it's been trading below this trend line, tagged it, sold off, and now it's trading along this lower parallel channel line. All right, and I see there's the 50-day moving average, right? And I don't know, I think yesterday some news about cryptocurrency, there was something going on. I don't really pay attention much to the news, but I'm seeing the trend dip a little bit. You see this little curvature right here in the red line? Let me go to my arrow. You see that red line, how it's starting to dip down a little bit along with this 20-day moving average, starting to dip down a little bit. Starting to dip down, you guys. The longer this consolidates, you know, in this 90 something thousand dollar range, sideways, guess what? This thing's going to continue to go lower. We'll see. You know, maybe it takes a while, over the next 2 or 3 months. Maybe something sudden happens and causes it to come back down into, you know, in the 70s. I'm expecting it to come down here. I hope it comes down here. That's where I want to buy it. So we'll see what happens. Ethereum got crushed last week. I didn't talk about that at all. But, you know, here's the thing about Ethereum. Look where it came. Let me go to a monthly chart. Look at Ethereum. This trend line here goes all the way back to June of 2022. And honestly, if I extend this even further, let me go here. Nah, I guess not really. All right, we'll stick to that. Right? So this has been a good support line for Ethereum. And look, when it had that massive sell-off on Sunday, I mean, it pretty much tagged it, you know, I mean, yeah, let's say that's pretty good, man. I mean, it tagged it right here. And, you know, if I move this down a hair, yeah, I guess you could, but I'd rather keep it up here, you know. So I want this pivot low touching this trend line. So that was a good buying opportunity. So if anybody bought Ethereum at that level, that's you know, pretty decent. But again, Ethereum is going to get crushed if Bitcoin gets lower. But then again, maybe not. If altcoin season kicks in, Ethereum could have its move higher while Bitcoin corrects. I don't know much about crypto, so you know, I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to crypto. All I can talk about is the charts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Cheers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. Please, if you enjoyed this channel, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care.